Good day, everyone. Welcome back to Fireside with the High Chief. Today, we have a lot to discuss. First, we're going to discuss about the issue of our kingdom, the only kingdom that ever exists for so many years in the whole of Africa and the rest of the world, and that is the Benin Kingdom. There is a video trading on the net that I'm going to be showing. Let us watch it together, then we'll make a comment. When you like the video, subscribe to it, like this, and then leave a comment.
Many thanks again for staying with us on the show TMI. Lovely Monday morning. Today's conversation on this segment of our presentation TMI will focus on some recent development as it relates to the highly revered palace of the Oba of His Royal Majesty Oba LY II. I would be here Mr. Uwajai Odige, who is a public affairs commentator and analyst, and will share some thoughts with us on some of these developments that have taken the front burner in recent times, with the palace taking a very decisive action on those people who have been referred to as impersonators. Give us the foundation of this. Two issues we're looking at. One, the attempt for a certain individuals to be banned in Benin City. That was about a week ago, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. And then recently we heard of certain individuals who presented themselves as emissaries of the Oba. And they were saying things about the origin of Ife, which of course is common knowledge. I've heard the Oba of Lagos saying the origin is from Benin Kingdom. And so give us the background of this issue.
Yeah. Well, we are here to correct the distorted misinformation. First of all, let me go back to the turbaning of the Hausa and Idiji.
Okay.
And that was referred to as His Highness. This is not the first time. About a year plus ago, they attempted to do same thing in Kenya.
Okay.
And the Palas and the Edo people reacted, which they aborted. So I think, like they said, fear the Greeks when they bring gifts. This will not be the first time, and it will not be the last time. They are trying to test the political water. Remember how 200 years ago, how Madam Fodio came to West Africa. You see, the Fulanis, they are what I would call the Negra. We, the black people from West Africa, we are what we call the Negro. They came and they brought their religion, the jihadi movement, Islam, to colonize the West Africans. They have dominated, they have colonized the northern part of Nigeria. That the Hausas are now subservient to the Negroes, that's the Fulanis. Now, they want to extend their empire to the south. So what they are doing now is a test to see and feel the pulse of the people. If they want to become Emir, Oba, or His Royal Highness, they can do that in Sokoto, or do that in Kano, or Zaria. But why Benin? Why Edo? Invariably, they want to penetrate systematically and colonize the Edo nation. That can never happen. So we should not just take it from the surface and say, oh, well, they have stopped it. What prevents them from doing it, secretly, covertly? So, first time, second time, then the third time will definitely occur. So the Beninese or the Edo people must be vigilant so that we stop this madness once and for all. It is not only the Hausas, because I remember some time ago, most of these Easterners too, they do same. You have the Igwe of Benin. I remember sometime many years ago when Labasin introduced himself as the Igwe of Benin. But I said, oh, how can? If you want to be Igwe, go to your state or your village. How can you imagine a Benin man going to Sokoto and say, I'm not the Oba of Sokoto? It's unheard of. They take us for granted. And they want to test and see what we can do.
Okay.
So next time, the outcome will be different.
Okay, I heard you made reference to the Igbos. I was exactly going to ask you a question in that direction. Apart from the Igbos, you also have the Yorubas in Edo State,
Yes.
who, for whatever reason, also have some of these royalty coloration of their leadership in. But some of them are saying that why they do some of these things is to have some sort of leadership over the people who are from the same stock with them. That seems to be a major argument that they bring forth.
Well, that argument doesn't hold water. Must you have an Oba? There's, you see, when you go to, when you leave your area to a new place, you will constitute, a community. That's just like you have any village that you go to in Edo South now, you have the Agbo or camp.
Okay.
Yoruba community. You go to Ovia Northeast, there are so many.
Okay.
Must you have Oba there? It's a small community. A community is in a village. Do you understand?
Yeah.
A village is in a town. So if you have a community, there's no need, since you already have the leader of that community, must you give that leader a tag axe, an Oba, or a chief? You see, the mentality is always with us. We are so overwhelmed with that, prefix. I'm a doctor, I'm an architect, I'm this and that. Until the real doctors or the real architects, they don't go out displaying their degrees or all these prefix. You can just be a Mr. Obadia Odigye. Must I be architect Obadia Odigye? I've seen one where they said former chief of staff. That was how they, former chief of staff nominee. That was how they introduced them. Former chief of staff nominee. That's the mentality of the black man.
Yeah.
You know, if you are a lawyer, if they don't call you barrister, it's a problem.
So how do we checkmate this?
I think you see, the House of Assembly needs to come up with a law. And granted that Nigeria is a free country, there's free movement,
Free association.
free association. And once you find yourself in a different community or a different ethnic nationality, you try to comport yourself and live within the provisions of that community. But then for you to now start saying, lay claim. You see, this thing, if we don't curtail it now, it might lead to future laying claim to ownership. Okay. Just like the judges are now saying that they leased Edo to us, that they are the original settlers of Edo nation. That when the Benin came, I don't want to use the word Benin, that when the Edo people came, they gave us a parcel of land and we expanded.
Okay.
Do you see how the Supreme Court, overruled that this in favor of a donation?
Okay.
So I think that is what they are doing. So now, if the Hausas or the Hausa Fulani, they are migrating to our area. In the recent 1 to 2 years, you see the influx of these young people from the northern
country.
part of the country. So just imagine in the next 20 years, they start claim that they own XYZ. And the law says once you stay there, you become part and parcel of that community. Then what stops them from taking arms to overrun us?
So that law for some people is operational in certain parts of the country, and it's not operational in certain parts of the country. I'll give you an example.
Okay.
The Bishop Hassan Kuka recently said that in the northern part of the country, particularly with high institutions, universities, there is a clandestine move to prevent churches from establishing campus units in the northern universities.
Yes.
And that seems to reflect the fact that some of these schools are now being so badly ethnicized that you have this thing becoming a common practice. You want to comment on that?
Well, I wasn't surprised when I heard it. And it has become a common trend in all the universities. Though, despite the fact that he concentrated on religion only, most of the universities now, their VCs are usually an indigene of that community.
Okay.
Unlike before, the first VC of University of Ibadan was an Igbo man. If you go to University of Lagos, but now it doesn't go that way. What they are now doing is that most of the VCs are usually, they now play the local politics. They put their person there that will always dance to the tune of
The environment.
the environment. Now, the universities in the north, you see, the north, 12 states in the north are Sharia states. Whether we like it or not. 12 states in the north are Sharia states. And the way Nigeria is structured, Nigeria is not a nation. We see ourselves first as I'm a Benin man, or rather I'm an Edo man. I'm an Edo man first before I'm a Nigerian. And the same thing goes with you. There is hardly anybody that is a Nigerian first before his ethnic nationality, unless the person is lying. And that is why when you see a president of Nigeria, the first thing, the people from his ethnic nationality will benefit more. So when the northern universities bound Christianity, to me, I'm not a Christian, I'm not a Muslim. But what I'm trying to say is that there is free religion, free association.
So where is secularism in our constitution?
Well, it is there. Do we obey it? No. We don't. You see, we build, what we do in Nigeria, we operate within the individuals, not within the constitution. We don't have institutions in Nigeria. The VC is Alpha and Omega. The VC decides of what to do. The young girl that was lynched in one of the universities for
alleged blasphemy. That was in Sokoto State.
In Sokoto State.
Yes, one of the.
Up to today, nobody was apprehended. And nothing happened. And we saw them on television, telling the whole world that this is why we did what we did. What happened? Nothing. Who stops the police from carrying out proper investigation? The police, they know them. Why have they not been, apprehended? So, and these universities in the north, they are being funded by the federal government money and the taxpayers' money. But issues, one could have expected that the federal government put a caveat. If you don't make provision for XYZ, you will not get subvention from the federal government. The laws are there, but we don't implement them.
Okay, let's just come back a little bit and look at the issue of impersonation against certain individuals. What is the story behind this impersonation allegation?
Well, we read that a House of Representative member went to the Ile-Ife and alleged that Edo mandated from Ile-Ife. I think that is a very wrong conception. Now let me take you back to history. Edo State, Edo Kingdom, what we refer to as Benin Kingdom. I don't like to use the word Benin because I'm not a Benin man. Benin is a Portuguese word. It's not in our lexicon. Okay. Just like you have Akpakava. It's not in our lexicon. They are a Kuye or Kuye. So now, the Edo Kingdom is 2,200 years old.
Wow.
The third oldest kingdom in West Africa.
Wow.
The 14th oldest in the world. So the oldest kingdom in Nigeria is Edo. Now, there we were told by the early historians, Ade Ajayi, Olatubosun, and others, they were all Yorubas. They wrote Oyo history, Edo history, or Benin history from their own perception. Mind you, from what they have, they started from the Obaship. The Edo, we have been in existence before the Obaship. We were known as the Igodomigodo under the Ogiso dynasty. So you cannot start the history of a particular set of people from the middle of the game. You must go back to the beginning. So when people like Igareba, the first historian from Benin, so he aligned with the early authors from the Yoruba kingdom. Okay. Their version was that a hunter saw Ododuwa descending from heaven with 250 deities. That's good. The question you ask, how can a man be descend from heaven? Is it from 1,000 feet or 100 feet or 1,000,000 feet to the earth? Nobody has done that.
So it was a hunter who saw. So the hunter pre-existed, was descended from heaven.
So now, a critical thinker, anybody that jumps from 100 feet to the ground will die immediately.
But if it's a spirit being,
there's nothing like that. Yes. Absolutely nothing like that. Then, that was the version that was given to us, and that is what we used for many, many years. Then when the new historian, the new generation of Edo people came, they now trace the history of Ekaladera to Ile-Ife, who is also known as Izoduwa. was banished from Edo and landed in Ile-Ife. So when you look at the two stories, what makes sense to a sane person is the story of Izoduwa. Probably, when he saw the hunter, he climbed the tree. Because the man was in the wilderness for many years, alone. So you should imagine his appearance, his physical appearance. When the hunter saw him, lured him to climb down, which he did. And eventually he became their leader, and they made him their king. So the Benins, because we were once fed with lies from the early historians like Ade Ajayi, Olatu Boso and all that, we are still finding it difficult to accept the correct version of what actually transpired.
What you call the correct version, isn't that subjective?
Well, when you look at what they said and what we know, can you believe that somebody will drop from heaven? No, it has never happened. And where is heaven in the first place? How did the hunter know about heaven, that he descended from heaven? Where is heaven? Is he on earth? Is it Jupiter? Where is heaven? Nobody knows where heaven is.
Okay, that's
So that's just a mythology.
It's a subject for another day. Let's not even go on that.
Good.
Now.
So
It's a subject for another day.
So since it's a subject for another day,
Yes.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching the video. I know the video is a little bit long. For myself, I have learned a lot of things. I think my only conclusion and what I can say about this video is that I can't say it was a mistake from the Benin, but I think what they did at that time was a shortcomings. Because we realized Benin Kingdom was the only kingdom after conquering a neighboring place. They allowed those people to continue speaking their language. That was the only reason why people are still making an argument about Benin Kingdom did not conquer here and did not conquer here. We know they did. Like there's a place they call Dahomey. Because the Portuguese could not actually pronounce Isi Dahomey. So that was why they named it Dahomey. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. You heard him. You heard Odije. He spoke very well. So I'm inviting all the Edolites all over the world. Please speak up. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave your comment.